Hey guys, so today we're going to be working with our nunchucks. If you don't have a pair of nunchucks, that's okay. Nobody's perfect. But I'm going to show you how to make your own. So what I did is I pretty much grabbed 2 empty water bottles and a pair of tube socks. I shoved them in there, tied them together, and you're ready to go. So once you have that, you're pretty much ready to go. Just make sure that you have some space so that you don't hit anyone or anything. I'm recording this on a separate day, so I'm gonna warm my arms up a little. I mean, if you're doing this in addition to the other videos that we've been doing, you should already be warmed up, properly stretched out, and ready to go. But if not, I'm just doing some basic arm circles, arm crosses, things like that. We're gonna start with some basic techniques. These are pretty standard that everybody should be able to do, but if not, then you can do these as many times as you want, and then when you're ready, we can start the form. And so the first technique that we're gonna do is an over-the-shoulder catch. This is pretty much the most basic move that you can do, just to kind of make sure that your catches are there before switching to an over-the-shoulder back catch. And you can do these anywhere from 10 to 20 times, just to make sure that your catches and your spins are there. Obviously, then we go to a spinning catch, which is more of a common move, before switching to a spin and back catch. And even if you're a pro, you should be working on your basics before you do your kata, just to make sure that there are no mistakes throughout the form. This is a little bit more of a playful move that I like to do sometimes, which is combining the spinning catch with a drop spinning catch. So spinning catch, drop spinning catch, spinning catch, drop spinning catch, and again, catch, drop spinning catch, spinning catch, drop spinning catch. Just do that a few times, and once you're ready to go, we can start with Shizukana. So the first time we're going to go through the entire thing, all the way through nice and slow, step by step. If you know how to do the entire kata, just follow along. We always want to get in a good rep nice and slow so that we can make sure that everything is done right. If you only know a certain part, remember this kata is broken down into 3 parts. Go ahead and do as much as you can and stop. If you're only doing the first part and you want to do it a second time before we move on, you can do that as well. When this part is done, we're going to break down every single section step by step so that you can get to see every part from a different angle. Just make sure that you go nice and slow. You want to make sure that your stances are pretty nicely defined, but that your hand techniques are done right. So this first time we're going nice and controlled. If there are certain parts that you're not able to see because of the angle, don't worry. We're going to go through it again from a different angle so that everybody can see as far as they need to go. All right, let's go through that first part only. So we're going to start with the kamae, nice and slow. We're going to open, drop. Remember that the timing is really important here. And we're going to start with that left leg forward, right hand figure 8 into a catch, follow with a right hand pop attack, and step through, drop spin catch, spinning catch, then to the back leg, spinning catch. Now we're going to drop and step back into a cat stance before we thrust with 1 and pull back for the first kya. Now I switched up the angle here so that you can see me directly when we start that second part. We're going to do a horse stance to the corner, a diagonal horse stance, before starting that first helicopter sequence, and then stepping through so that we can do another helicopter sequence. Make sure that you control your motions. And this is another horse stance here. This entire second part is almost all of it done with a horse stance. This final sequence is also done nice and slow. working towards that second kya. In, out, and there you go. Now, feel free to repeat any of these parts as many times as you need to, just to make sure that you have it down. I'm going to try to switch the angle so that we can face forward when we do that third part. So after the second kya, face the front, and step with the left, drop with the left. Step and spin at the same time before we switch to a spinning catch, drop, spinning catch. And then to the right side, drop and step back into a cat stance. Then we're going to look to the left corner, step out, and high block. Come on in, down to the left corner, and low block before we switch out into another cat stance. Then the right leg is going to take me through kind of a double figure eight here before we catch. Feet together, very similar to the motion that we do in the third kata. We're going to do that one twice before we look the other way and open. The bottoms are going to come up before we pop out. 1, push, 2, reach with the right, 3, back, and that's my third kya there. From there, I'm going to switch into my back stance and do a helicopter sequence and catch before looking to the right and setting up my forward stance right there. And this final sequence is probably what everybody has the most trouble with, just because of the timing. What we're going to do is we're going to start from the forward stance and do 2 overhead helicopters before starting my right, left, right tap into a drop spinning catch. So watch again. We're going to do 2 helicopters overhead, and we're going to do 3 taps. 1, step back, 2, turn, 3, before I switch into my drop, spin, and catch. Notice how my feet come together before that horse stance and catch, so that my catch and horse stance happen at the same time. So let's do it one more time. 2 helicopters overhead. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And catch, and bow, and good job. Now let's do the whole thing one more time, this time by yourself. I'm not going to say anything until the end. And here we go. All right, guys, thank you for making it to the end of the video. I'm sure you guys did an incredible job. If I was there, I'd probably high-five you or maybe even headbutt some of you. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are enjoying these little lessons that we're able to put together. I know that they're not as interactive or maybe even as fun as working in a big group or working in a big room. But if you're able to keep this up, hopefully 2 to 3 times a week, you know, you're going to make sure that your skills are still sharp and that you guys come back not falling behind and making sure that we're able to pick up right where we left off. So make sure that you guys are keeping an eye out. I'll be uploading another video for you guys over the weekend. And yeah, stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.